I'm good. Alright. I think I'm ready to do some season 3. We know the rules. It's top 5, worst 5. So let's begin with season 3. Okay, here we go. Number 5, best. Chill factor. It starts with them relaxing in the pool, but it starts snowing all of a sudden. So they go inside to warm up, and then Pangy, and then it was all around snowing, and penguins show up. It's a good Christmassy feel episode. It's a good episode based off of penguins. I do like that the penguin and Kirby deal. And Steve gives you the ice ability. So ice and penguin, it was getting at night, and DDS Cargoon couldn't ask customer service for anything because they didn't pay their bail, so they had to send something cheap, a soda. Curry goes to the volcano, pours it in, and melts all the snows. And it's too warm for the penguins to live here. And then the penguins leave, and it goes back to being hot again. And then DDS Cargoon always get their comeuppance. So it's all around a good episode about penguins. Why is it number 5? Because I wish the ice ability was used a little more. Alright, to number 4. Number 4, Sweet and Sour Puss. Dee orders a Neo monster, and the Neo monster goes inside Dee Dee's head, and then Dee Dee turns into a nice free pine, and then he's so relaxed. The doctor said he was relaxed. They all hit him with a hammer repeatedly, and then break his car, and he doesn't complain one bit. And then they have a show based off of him getting hit in the hammer, and then him getting hit in the hammer over and over and over again. And then the needle guy comes, and then Escaroon reads a manual, and then the manual is based off the needle monster, and then the needle monster, Dee gets so angry that the needle monster comes out of him, and then he turns into Needle Curve, my least favorite ability. But he gets defeated, and then Dee has a lot of anger that the monster didn't use. It's all around a relaxing episode. But it's a relaxing episode based off of Dee, and it's a good one. Okay, number 3. Number 3, best. Mew Moocher. It's a good Dee Dee episode. Curry goes to people's houses, and then Dee Dee has a cooking show that they do, and they go to people's houses, and Dee Dee gets out the star ratings, and then he gets out the star ratings, and they're pretty good. And then Buttercup and Chief Book have their cooking show outside in the garden, because we'll get to that in season 4. But anyways, and then they give him the food, and then they cook a crab up, and Curry turns into Cook Curry, and then Dee said he doesn't want to do a cooking show anymore. And then he melts, and then he gets defeated, and then Dee doesn't want to eat anymore. And then Curry tries to eat in the end, and it's all around a good episode. It's not as good as the top 2. Number 2, Chase It for the Blade. Everyone likes this episode. It's a good episode about Sirica. And Sirica has a backstory with her mom, and then Metal has his sword, Galactia, and then Kaboo tells him, and then Kirby, and then he turns, and then Metal gets him Galactic Kirby, and Galactic Curry is good. He defeats the gorilla. It's a perfect episode. It's Sirica's backstory. It's D.S. Gargoon being in on it. It's all around a masterpiece of episode. Why is it not number one? Because, wow, Sirica just leaves in the end. It's a perfect episode. Number one best. Mabel turns the table. It's a masterpiece of an episode. It's all about Mabel and her fortune telling. It's cool. All the fortunes come true. It's a perfect episode about Mabel. It has Mabel as the star, and then Samuel tries to get Mabel so he doesn't lie to her. Then Mabel takes all the guys to the water, and then Mabel wanted Curry to turn into Tornado Curry. And then Dee and Esker were hoping for that golf course, but they can't build a golf course. Curry does not let that happen, so they get their punishment in the end. It's a perfect Mabel episode. It's all around, and tornado ability is good. It's all around a masterpiece of an episode. That's why it's number one best, and that's why it's the best episode of season 3. So, oh god, the worst 5. Here we go. Number 5 worst. Number 5 worst is Dee Dee's pet threats. I hate those Scarfies. They're my least favorite enemy in the game. I don't like them at all. They're annoying. They cause trouble. They do everything harmful. They almost ate the Cory though. My least favorite character. We'll get to that at the number 1 worst. Trust me. And then they spit him out sadly. And now we have to have an episode based off of him. And then the Cory scolds King Dedede for no reason. He scolds him for no reason. And then they eat all the people's food. And they turn into 20. And then they turn there was 4 of them, and then they turned to 20. There was like 20 of them attacking Kirby. And then they were causing mess and moving up the 5th day. And then Kirby had to defeat them with hammer, and then to get the bones out because Dedede fed them bones. And then they turned to ugly idiot monsters with 4 fangy teeth. And then they get defeated, and then they turn to 200 in the end. And then the Scarby bites Kirby in the end. It's a terrible episode with Scarbies. Thank God I don't have to talk about Scarbies anymore. Why is it 5 worst? Because it's not as annoying or as boring as the other 4. Alright, here comes the other 4. 4 worst. Trick or Trap. This is Dedede wanting to build his golf course. This is where they go to a forest to see Wispy Woods. It is not very good. It's a boring episode. It's just Tip being annoying, yelling at people for no reason, like yelling at Curry for not eating. And then Dee asks Curry to want to build their golf course. And then they have a forest fire. And then they go camping. And then Tiff has camping food. And then Dee asks her, Tiff found their map for the golf course. And then Dee asks her to accidentally start a forest fire. All the animals have to run off, and then the forest fire happens. It's all around a boring episode. It does have Wild Dude and Curry and Henley as helicopter. And he does turn into Tornado Curry, and then cools off the forest. And Dee asks her to get a deserved punishment. It's a boring episode to get through, and Boring. Oh God, here comes the free words. Number three words. I have baking battle. It's just pie throwing. They just throw pie at Dee and then they laugh at him for no reason. And then Curry just eats the pies. And then he's mean for no reason. He throws the pies at everyone for no reason. And at Curry for no reason. There's no reason to it. And then customer service sends him a gift basket. And then the monster comes. And they insult his pie recipe. In the mail gets custard too. And then they get eaten in their stomach. There's this weird stomach. It's gross. It's a gross stomach. And then Escargoon tells Curry to hell the bomb, and then he turns the bomb Curry. And has millions of bombs, and he explodes. And then he falls down. Buttercup hands him an umbrella. And the Escargoon get what they deserve. It's all around terrible episode. It's all about pie throwing. Come on, pie throwing. Really, pie throwing? This is what we're doing? God, it's annoying and pie throwing. It's just boom, boom, boom. Like, don't bank on it was. Jeez. It's so boring, it's pie throwing, and it's deviant and mean. It's all around terrible episode. Oh boy, here comes the two worst. Number 2 worst. D's raw deal. Come on. First we were pie throwing, and now we're eating sushi. We're eating literally sushi. And Kawasaki had to cook with D Escargoon. They're making sushi. Ew, sushi's gross. And they all eat sushi. Ew. Sushi, come on. And Curry eats all of it, so gross. And and Dee makes them eat sushi. Even though sushi isn't good, it's gross. It is very, very gross. And then Kawasaki makes a conveyor belt and gave Kirby hiccups. Yeah, Curry had hiccups, so they couldn't stop the hiccups. So Tiff had to find a way to scare him. And then there was a squid that had electricity. And the cure that Tiff gave Curry was if he didn't defeat it, he wouldn't be able to eat again. And then he got the hiccups scared out of him. And then he inhales the spark. And Yoshi gives him spark ability. And it's green. And the blue and yellow ability were good too. Ice and it's a spark ability. It might be my first time talking about it. He refused the squid. Dee wants to eat it. It's a gross episode based off of Kawasaki and sushi. Sushi, come on. Sushi, gross. It's a gross episode. But we do have the spark ability. That's why it's 2 worst. Oh God, here comes the number 1 worst. Number 1 worst. Barnacle Bird. It's the worst episode of all time. It's based off of my least favorite character, the Corey. I don't like the Corey at all. He sucks. He's annoying. Why is it based around him? And then they go to Kawasaki. Mr. Cheerio wins to Corey's direction, and the Corey gets the treasure. A story based off of the Corey, God. And then they go to a police office, and the Corey has them sign all that. And then they look for the treasure. They try to find his treasure. And then Tiff is taking the Corey side. Why is he doing that? She's normally better than that. And Dee Dee could just tie him up like in the Mr. Cheerio discovery. And then, God, they find the treasure, and then they have to go to a cave, get the treasure, God. And then Kine gets out a shark, and then the monster comes in reverse with customer service, and then it's a Diglett monster. But Chester gives Curry the mirror ability. The mirror ability is the only good part of the episode. And then he defeats the monster, and then Kine leaves the Corey the treasure, even though the Corey doesn't deserve it. And the Escargoon get a good punishment. They do get eaten by the shark, but it was only one shark. God, it's a terrible episode based on a terrible character. Hopefully I never have to talk about the Corey ever again. It's the worst episode of all time, the Kirby. It's the worst episode of all time. It's a garbage episode. God. Oh God, here comes season 4. Number 5 best. The President Day. Wow. We start off with the mayor getting appreciated day, yeah? And then the appreciated day begins. And then Dee wants to be in on it, but Dee can't be appreciated for anything. No one appreciates him. And then Escargoon, he gets appreciated by his mommy. My second least favorite character gets appreciated by his own mommy. I did not need to be reminded of that episode, but it's a good episode. She hands him cookies, which is good. It's a good treat. His mother does love him. That was way back in season 1. Wow. And then the only person that cared about him was Kirby. Kirby gave him a melon. And Dee did not appreciate that one bit. Dee got mad about it. So Dee wants revenge on Kirby. He wants to have... So he makes Wildy and his Wildy army hand out disc flags. And then it's now their disc day. And they throw it at Kawasaki. Kawasaki is the worst restaurant ever, and it's very yucky. They do throw pies at him, but that's not good. It's Chief Booka's appreciated it. He didn't care, and then he wants to. Dee wants to ditch Curry next. He puts bombs in his crate, and then he makes Curry, and then he explodes. He turns into Rocky, and Rocky makes the stone, and then the bomb, and then he explodes. Yeah, and Dee feels bad for him that he did that to him. Then he gets in his mail, and then they play a prank on Kirby. It's all around a good episode. Number 4 best. Born to Be Wild Part 2. It's the best out of the 2-parters. It's the only that we talk about. I like Part 2 way better than Part 1. It's way more fun and exciting. It's a fun race, but it's nightmare, and then that was the fake biker, that black biker. Morton-like biker, I'll call him. That was not real. Gus was friends with him, but he wasn't real. He turned into a monster. He turned into Wheelie. Then Curry turned into a wheel. It's a fun episode with a random character backstory, Gus. We had a backstory in season 1. I thought we were done with them for good, but he had a backstory, and then they were raised with Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf was the mailman, and Steppenwolf and all along. He was secretly Steppenwolf all along. And Gus was playing along with him. And they defeated that fake, they defeated the wheelie monster and the fake Morton. It's all around a good episode. And that guy did look like Morton, he really did. It's a good episode. He gets out the wheel ability, and then it's a fast pace. It's a fun episode to get through. 2-parters are always not that interesting. But this one I had fun with. And it was way more interesting than part one. Part one was interesting too, but that'll be my honorable or dishonorable mentions. Okay. Moving on to number 3. Number 3 best. Calorie Creature. Oh, Dee has a nightmare about this elephant monster that comes out of nowhere. The elephant monster. It wasn't actually a monster, it was a clown. Then Dee knocks his clown suit off. It was actually just a cute elephant named Fan Fan. In customer service, he could have been a monster all along, but Dee hits Fan Fan for no reason. But he does get what he deserves. Kirby spits his hammer out and then throws him back. And then Dee wants to have a clown, an evil clown that stalks Fan Fan. I don't like the clown. He made Fan Fan into a monster. And then Fan Fan's ability is the throw ability. And then he throws it at the clown. And then he throws the clown into a black hole. He got what he deserved. And then Fan Fan knocks Dee and Kirby turning into a monster. They get what they deserve. It's a good episode based off Fan Fan. I like that. He's so cute. He's the cutest thing ever. He's probably one of my 4th or 5th or 6th favorite character. And then he's welcome to Cat Down like Curry was on his first episode. Curry come to Cappy Down, which is only 6 episodes left. But it's a good episode based off Fan Fan. Okay, to the number 2 best. Cooking Up Trouble. I like this one. This one's fun. Yeah. This one, the mom, she had to hang out with her friends. So the dad decided to cook up. The dad offers Kawasaki and they went, yuck, no, So the dad actually cares about that. And he cooks them up good dinner. And Curry wants to eat, and then they do eat it. And then the men think the dad's a great cook, so they go over to Kawasaki, which is a bad idea. And then they go over to Samuels, they go over to Kawasaki. And then Dee wants to be in on this cooking thing. And then Dee builds some robot parts. And he makes robot parts. And he makes everyone do the robot parts. The Cappy where it says to do the robot parts. And they get on the competitive. Even Blade Knight and Sword Knight get in on it. And then Metal Knight thinks this is a trap. It was. And then Curry and the Corey got out the mini piece. And it's a good episode based off of that. He is nice. And then we get this Yoshi Spark ability again, yeah. And then they electrocute the robot. And DNS can get what they deserve again. They get sushi on. And it's a good episode based off the Spark ability. It's a good episode. The dad does care in the end. And then he cares to his children and his family. He's a perfect husband. He's a way better husband, and he's a great husband. Alright, number 1 best. Are you ready for number 1 best? Here we go. Number 1 best. Mummy's Madness. This is a perfect episode. It's all about mummies. It's a perfect episode with Metal Knight. And Metal Knight and Mr. Cheerio was me, and then he turns nice, and then he gets the mummy into he tries to seal it, but Tim and Tough stop him. And it's all about mummies. And then Dee hands out a mummy bomb, and then the bomb ability gets used, and then they blow up the. It's all about mummy, and then Mr. Cheerio seals it up. And that's why he didn't like him doing it. And then the mummy goes perfectly. It's my favorite episode of season 4. It's a perfect episode based off of mummies. It's a bombability episode. I like that it's based on mummies. And Mr. Cheerio, like in Mr. Cheerio's discovery way back in season 1. And it's a good, dark episode. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a perfect masterpiece of an episode. It's a good episode of season 4. And then they defeat the mummy in the end. Alright, to the worst 5. Number 5 was a table turn. God, this episode's gross. Tough leaves his mess behind with the mom to clean it up. And then they go to the chief's house. And they see the chief's house is messy. And Buttercup is super nice. They said she bakes cookies and stuff. And then Tuff accidentally kicked her into the house. And then Tuff screamed and Tiff and the kids screamed. They saw garbage. It's garbage. That's why I didn't show the inside of her house in the Mew Moocher, because it was so messy. And then Kirby, he always gets crave for food. Kirby accidentally ate the food, and then they found out about how they store it up. Buttercup tried and tried and tried, but the chief never listened. But the chief went, the folks don't listen. What about the folks that can't hold on to stuff? They can't hold on to stuff. Indeed, he put his blood in her mouth. He ruined Buttercup's reputation. He wanted to sing with the mayor, and then the garbage can appears. Because Dee, I forgot to mention, he sends them garbage for no reason. Why does he do that? Yeah. And then the garbage comes back, and there's a big mess in the castle. And Dee makes Curry do it, even though it was his fault that happened. But we do get Melody hands out a broom, and he turns into Clean Kirby. Good and Clean Kirby in this episode. Why is Clean Kirby in bad episodes? Why isn't Clean Kirby in good episodes? Come on. But Curry does clean up the mess, and Buttercup and Chibuka make him a fresh batch of cookies for him. And then the cheese house was nice and clean. And he cleaned up the rest of Cabby Town. And then Dee didn't want to clean up. He wanted the Wally crew to clean up. Well, Wally crew can't clean up for you. And Tuff doesn't clean his room in the end. It's a gross episode. It tortures Buttercup. Dee is a jerk. But it does have Clean Curry. That is good. And then Buttercup and Chibuka, they did make him cookies in the end. That was nice to see Kirby get what he deserves. God, this episode was terrible. Oh boy, 4 worst. Number 4 worst. Right hand robot. My second least favorite character, Escargoon. Dee makes Escargoon do a massage. And then he gets Escargoon to massage. And then Escargoon wants to build a robot, so he does build a robot. He has Tiff help out on him building a robot. And then the robot attacks Curry. Escargoon makes Tiff do it for no reason. And Tiff does build a robot. And then Escargoon is doing the work anyways. He should get a break, but he doesn't. He just has to work anyways. And then he has to dress up as him. And Dee tells him to attack Kirby. He attacked Kirby. He wanted Tiff to build a robot. And then Melody luckily hits Escargoon. Take that, you snail. And then Tiff doesn't want to build his robot anymore. So Escargoon has to go to Nightmare. Who else would he go to? And then he has to use the rope. And then he has to get a robot. And Dee touches the red button. But we see the bomb building and we see him blow up. And we see Escargoon asleep. And Tiff went, it's good you gave him a rest, that Dee Dee said. And then Kirby fell asleep. It's a terrible episode based off of Escargoon. I hate Escargoon, but he's not as bad as the Corey. But he is my second least favorite character. Alright, here comes the 2 free words. Number 3 words, hunger stroke. God, this one's terrible. The Wallies do eat in the kitchen, and then Curry eats in the dining room with them, and then Escargoon complains about their food, and Dee says it's a lot of money. They don't want to feed the Wallies. And Kawasaki went on Dee. Why did he do that? And then they have to eat fake sandwiches while Dee had to eat his food. He cares about money more than his Wally Army. His Wally Army helps him. God, the Wally Army. God, Dee is terrible. He doesn't care about them. He cares about himself more than... Of course he puts himself before them. And then they get mad, they should. And they want to attack everyone. Because they wanted food. They just wanted food. And then Kirby, and then they go to Nightmare finally, send him a cook monster, and then cook Kirby, cooks a big steak and turkey. And the Wily stuffed themselves, and Wily, then they turn fat. And then Kirby makes them regular sized food. And Dee Tiff when you gotta let them have it. Dee was so selfish. He made them eat Kawasaki's food. He doesn't care about them. Even though they take care of him, like in Paint Color Blue, that was a very good episode. God, this episode was terrible. They make him eat the Wally Army. Oh God, here comes the second worst. Number 2 word, shell shock. I hate this episode so much. Dee wants to see under Escargoon's shell. God, he's terrible. He tortures Escargoon for no reason. Tiff tells Dee to leave Escargoon alone, but he doesn't give up. He just booms, smashes his shell up. He wants to see what's under. He's a pervert. God, he's a pervert. Escargoon has to get his shell. And then he turns into a monster. We do see Hammer Curry though, and then Hammer feeds the monster. And then Dee doesn't learn the end. He is it's a dark, creepy, pervy episode. It's all about sex and jokes. That's not good. It's not a good episode. Escargoon torture. And Dee doesn't learn anything. But the hammer ability was there. It's not as gross as number 1 worst. Oh boy, here comes number 1 worst. Ah, here we go. Number 1 worst. Tune out. God, this one's gross. You think that last one was gross, but this one is super gross. It's not as bad as Buccaneer Bird. It is my second least favorite episode. It has those weirdos torture Tiff. They creepily obsess over Tiff for no reason. And Dee they should write it off of Dee, not Tiff. I did like that Dee anime back in season 2. It was everyone's favorite episode. Well, this one sucks. And it does have this Yoshi Spark ability again. The Spark ability. I talked about all the Spark ability episodes today. Wow. That was so awesome, but this is terrible. It's just kids stalking it's just a bunch of teenagers stalking Tiff for no reason. God, they take pictures of Tiff, and then they make Tiff inappropriately. God, Dee and Escargoon were so shocked at that. And then Tiff gets very mad as he should, and they are creep out, and Kirby It's my second least favorite. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I do not want to talk about it anymore. It's gross and disgusting, okay? That is it.